I had a great sleep last night in my Dak Prescott model sleep number bed. And then I woke up this morning and I was so refreshed, I went and out of mothballs, I got my Dak jersey. Check this out.
Back.
It's back. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. Back in business. Here we go.
No playoff for you. No playoff for you.
Shannon, too soon. Too soon.
Okay.
Can we let Skip have his moment, please? Because, guys, we have so much to talk about. It finally happened. Shannon, I got to start with you. Who won the deal, Jerry or Dak?
Hold on. The godfather of the debate format, Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is the originator of this. He started this. Everything that you see that we do around these tables early in the morning is because of Skip. Skip Bayless has continually come out here over the last year. Dak Prescott is not worth $40 million. His agents, now I talked to somebody close to the Cowboys that said Tom Brady and Dak Prescott overplayed their hands. I told Skip Bayless from day one, I said, Skip, you're not going to get it for less than $40 million because they see where the market is going. So let me check out these numbers. The $40 million per year is only behind Patrick Mahomes. The $66 million signing at the time of signing is the highest in NFL history. He got $126 million in guarantees, which is the second behind Patrick Mahomes. His $95 million fully guaranteed. $75 million in year one. $116 million, $106 million, Skip, over 16 months when you factor in he got $31 million for the franchise tag, and now he's about to make $75 million in year one. No trade. And they can never, ever franchise him again. Dak Prescott won, which I told you he would win. Because if you look at where the quarterback market is going, Skip, just 2 years ago, Jimmy G was the highest paid quarterback at $27.5 million. And now here we are. Patrick Mahomes is at 45. Dak Prescott's at 40, average 40 per year. But the first 3 years is 42 per year. Dak Prescott got everything he wanted and more, which I told you he was going to get. Oh, Jerry's not going to play this. Oh, Jerry. If you want Dak Prescott long term, you're going to have to go to $40+ million a year in order to get him. And that's what Jerry did. Jerry realized it, Skip, that the market was not coming down. If anything, and plus, Dak got something that's very unique. Dak going to become a free agent when the new TV money kicks in. So he's going to get an opportunity to get another big bite of the apple.
So I want to start being positive on the Dak Prescott deal. Number one, the Cowboys are uniquely wealthy. Attendance, best in the NFL, franchise worth almost $6 billion. They are able to, because of their game day revenues, because of their enormous brand appeal, to write massive guaranteed money checks that a third of the league can't write. Hell, it may be half. And because they can do that, and it's such a healthy brand, they gave Dak a boatload of guaranteed money, and that brought his cap down to only $22 million first year, meaning Dallas gets, in the first of these 4 years, a little bit of a cap break. That's good news. That means they can spend it on defense, and they should spend every penny of it on defense. The other good news is they've got 2 or 3 good draft picks. If they spend that $15 million on defense and they draft with their first 2 or 3 picks defense, with the addition of Dan Quinn, who I think is going to elevate their scheme defensively, Dallas isn't going to have to win every game 37-34. I think their defense is going to be better. I think they save in year one a little bit of cap space they can spend on defense. Here's more positives. Dak's a grown-up. Dak's responsible. He's not going to, go crazy town. He's a grown-up. He's an adult. This money's not going to do. You're not going to see him on 4,000 commercials. Dak's a head down, play hard, let's kick butt guy. Also, the story's over. Dak feels good. Cowboys have to feel somewhat good, and we don't have to talk about it anymore. Here's more positives. Dak's in the second year with Mike McCarthy, and he gets a preseason. Generally, year 2 of an offense, you're better. Here's another positive spin. The best part of Dallas, the very strongest unit's wide receiver. They're good at wide receiver. That complements Dak, and the NFL's becoming more passing-centric. all positives from Mr. Optimism at Fox Sports, Colin Cowherd. Now let's pivot into some realistic concerns. I saw this headline this morning. Dak Prescott becomes highest paid player in league history. That is not a recipe for Super Bowls. We have a recipe for Super Bowls. Young quarterbacks on rookie deals and great quarterbacks on team-friendly deals. Good quarterbacks making great money does not win Super Bowls. Tom Brady's already restructuring his deal again. Now, people say, well, the cap's going up. Folks, the cap goes up. The last 25 years, it's gone up 24 times. I talked to 2 general managers this morning. There'll be no time over the next 4 years. It'll go up, but it's called escalators. When networks sign these big deals and you see in the blogs and the media critics, Fox goes from paying $1 billion a year to $2 billion a year. That's not what we pay for the next 2 or 3 years. They're called escalators. We go from paying 1 to 1.3 to 1.5 to 1.7. But the time the cap really explodes, this contract's over. Dak's working on the next contract. So yeah, it's going up, but it doesn't jump up overnight. And I have this theory is that don't compare good and great. Like, I never have had a vacation in my life it was a great vacation. I went to Hawaii. I took the kids. We did helicopter tours. We did scuba diving. It was a lot of money. Oh, it was a lot. Oh. But when I flew back, I was like, worth every penny. I paid my daughter to go to, in Connecticut, to go to a junior high private school. I'm not going to tell you what I paid. But it was a great school. I've never once regretted paying great for great. House, education, experience, ski trip, never once. Paying great for good, I almost always regret it. Dak's good. Mahomes is great. I would never have a problem paying Rodgers, Russell, Mahomes great money. Because great is a different galaxy than good. There's never going to be a time in our lifetime, even if the economy goes up, that paying $10 million for a good house is a steal. Dak's contract is never in the next 4 years going to feel like, whoo, we stole him. Man, this is team friendly.
First of all, there's no more bad blood between Jerry and Dak.
It better not be.
There better not be. So it was up to Jerry to olive branch this, to make Dak feel like he got the deal that he wanted, or at least an approximation
Only
thereof.
Jerry could do that, though, Skip.
Okay.
It wasn't on Dak's part. It was on Jerry's part.
He is a super salesman. So think about what Jerry Jones just pulled off. Think about why I believe Jerry won this deal. This was wily old Jerry Jones, the cap wizard, leaping through loopholes the way he's never leaped through them before. So what happened was, let's step back from this. He made Dak happy in the ways you just said, because he did give him the biggest signing bonus ever, but it was only $1 million over what Russell Wilson got,
right.
66 to 65. Okay, it's good because it helps Dak's pride say, I got the best ever. Then he gave him the most guaranteed money ever. It's slightly more over the 4 years than Deshaun got.
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
Yes.
And he barely gave him $40 a year for 4 years, just barely. There's some incentives that could get it to $164 million on the very back end, but he makes him feel like I got 40.
Right.
I was afraid it was going to take 43, 44 a year, but it barely took 40. So it's $40 million for 4 years. Now for the 2 money developments. Dak Prescott and his agent, Todd France, accepted 2 very team-friendly clauses that I'm pretty shocked that they accepted, because they make this deal palatable for the Dallas Cowboys. The first one was they agreed to take a 6-year deal with 2 voidable years on the back.
Right.
It was a structure that we have discussed on this show as a possibility. Some of these things are just over my head. They're so complex, I can't process it because I'm out of my league and out of my lane on this. But he did accept the 6-year deal with the 2 voidables So that allows the signing bonus to be divvied up or prorated across 6 years instead of just 4.
Correct.
And all of a sudden, I woke up last night and said, time out. Wait a second. The first-year cost against the cap is only $22.2 million?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Do you realize that's only the 21st highest cap hit in all of pro football? So Dak Prescott just got the second biggest contract of any quarterback here, but to Patrick Mahomes, but he only counts the 21st highest cap hit in this coming cap year, which is pandemic strapped at $185 million. Everybody lost a little bit on their cap, but that 21st, do you realize it's only 13th among quarterbacks? Right. And do you realize that Fletcher Cox will have a bigger cap hit than Dak Prescott? Or how about Frank Clark in Kansas City? Bigger cap hit next year than Dak Prescott. How about your man Von Miller, who is not on his last legs, but he's not quite probably what he used to be. He will have a bigger cap hit next year than Dak Prescott. And remember what's about to happen as we hit free agency, because every team is going to be more cap strapped. All the significant free agents will say, just give me a one-year deal so I can hit the market when the cap blows up again because of the new TV deal.
Well, I'm happy for Dak. I'm happy for his family. Brandon alluded to it. He's dealt with some family tragedies in his life, and for him and his brother to be able to share this moment is special, I'm sure. My reaction was, for the first time in 20 years, we have a precedent-breaking American sports contract. This is the best contract any player in any American sport has gotten in relation to his peers since A-Rod signed with the Rangers. Kevin Garnett broke the NBA model in 1997 with 6 for 126. A-Rod remade the Major League Baseball model with 10 for 252 in the year 2000. And Dak Prescott just remade the NFL model. You might say, Nick, didn't Mahomes get 10 for 450? He did. This contract is better, and I can prove it to you. It's better for Dak, that is, by a country mile. Show all the records Dak Prescott's new contract broke, because the 4 for 160 only tells part of the story. $66 million direct deposited into his account the moment he signs. That's an NFL record. $75 million in year 1, cash compensation. That's an NFL record. I know it says $126 million guaranteed. That's for injury. $95 million fully guaranteed, no ifs, ands, or buts. That's an NFL record. And it really does become $126 million guaranteed, because the only way he doesn't get the 126 is if they cut him after 1 year, which would mean they would have paid him $95 million for 1 year of football. And that final line, Wilds, forget the no trade, no tag. His agent, Todd France, did a brilliant final maneuvering. They are going to tag Dak Prescott today and then sign him to this deal. That means he will have been franchise tagged twice. So not only will the Cowboys not be allowed to franchise tag him, he will never be able to be franchise tagged again. It's in his contract, they can't do it, and no team has ever franchise tagged a guy a third time because the salary that goes along with it is exorbitant. So Dak Prescott essentially gets $125 million fully guaranteed, plus true and clear free agency if he wants it 4 years from now, Wilds. It's the best deal for a player anyone has ever signed in NFL history. That's what it was.